Every party is distinct. We are united in purpose in terms of getting a single presidential candidate to face William Ruto. That we are united. But we are not united in the nitty-gritties and the day-to-day operations of every political party. I don't want to say I have the mountain. The people of the mountain listen to me. William Ruto says we have no agenda. We have a very serious agenda. Very serious agenda for this country. And I am happy to have this discussion tonight. And let me tell the people of Kenya before I go into the agenda. I've heard the president going every meeting saying that the problem of Kenya is tribalism. That's a lie. It's a false narrative to run away from the real issues of discussion in Kenya. We have no problem of tribalism in this country. There is no community fighting any other community. There is no community that has a problem with another community. The problems that bedevil Kenya is theft of public resources. The problem of this country is mismanagement of public resources. The problem of this country is not tribalism. It is the sale of national assets. The problem of this country is not tribalism. It is abductions and extrajudicial killings. The problem of this country cannot be tribalism. How does tribalism cause extrajudicial killings? How does tribalism cause the sale of public assets? What the president has done, because he has messed the country completely, he is creating a false narrative about tribalism and cohesion. Oh, we need to bring the country together. This country is united against theft, is united against corruption. You have asked about education. Mwai Kibaki, the third president of the Republic of Kenya, gave us free primary education. Uhuru Kenyatta came and gave us secondary school education that is free. So that education is an equalizer. Every child, despite your background, despite the ability of your parents, you have access to education to give you a springboard to be somebody in life for yourself, for your parents, and for the country. Within 3 years, William Ruto and his government have destroyed whatever Mwai Kibaki did and what Uhuru Kenyatta did. As we speak, every child in secondary school is supposed to get 22,000. Last year, they were only given 9,000. 13,000 did not come. Most secondary schools are being auctioned because they took food from suppliers they cannot pay. You know, as we speak in January, parents have been told to prepare to pay. On paper, the Ministry of Education says education is free. But in real life, they go and tell the teachers, the head teachers, you ask the parents to pay, but don't say it's the official government policy, you know? And when the teachers made noise, instead of making available money for capitation, they were called to State House and bribed it with the 10,000 shillings each. You know? You bribe the principals and the head teachers to stop talking about the collapse of the education system. So what I am saying is this, that we need to fix our education system. And one of the things that I and the government that I will form will do is make sure we reinstate free primary education as given by President Mwai Kibaki. Again, we reinstate, we reinstate free secondary education, especially for the day schools, so that once you go to a day school, you pay nothing, you know? Again, we have a problem of 20,000 teachers of the junior secondary school. These teachers, and I was there, I was the deputy president. We recruited them on internship for 2 years, and they were promised, and I was there. We were there with Nancy Macharia, she was the TSC secretary, William Ruto was there, Ezekiel Machogu was there, I was there. And we agreed even in cabinet that they will be on internship for 2 years, then they will be confirmed in permanent and pensionable. The government has refused to do that, you know, and they are saying there is no money, you know. And this money is there, but this is the money that is being stolen. This is the money that was being given to teachers, 10,000 each. This is the money that was being given to chiefs, 10,000 each. This is the money that was being used in Nigeria and Malava. This money has been there for the JSS teachers. But this is the money that has been stolen and diverted to politics by William Ruto and Kindiki. All this money you are seeing around the country being dished for politics, this is the money that was for the JSS. Look at the lecturers. We had a problem with the lecturers for a long time. Yeah, they were on strike for a very long time.
49 days.
The other day it was agreed that they be paid 50%. They were lied to. They have not been paid. We have a looming strike in January because the money is not available. This is the money the president is using for re-election. And then these teachers are being told the problem of Kenya is tribalism. How? How so? How can the problem of Kenya be tribalism?
2024, 2025, when you were deputy president, still, capitation to schools never got there. Do you take responsibility or do you distance yourself from that? I take no responsibilities because, you know, in 2024, I disagreed with William Ruto about the finance bill and about the way he was running the country. It's on record. That is why I was hounded out of office. I started telling him the country is headed in the wrong direction. We have lost our priorities. Everybody knows, and if you ask JB Muturi, he can tell you, I oppose most of those things in cabinet. And it is one of the grounds that was used to impeach me, that I was having insubordination, that I was not agreeing to cabinet decisions. Yet you go to cabinet so that you express your opinion. It doesn't mean because you are in cabinet, you must agree to everything that is being proposed. For the last, I served 1 year. The second year, I had a problem with the president when I realized that we are just stealing public funds, that we have lost our priorities as a country, that we are destroying the educational sector. If you look at HELP was working. They came and introduced a mongrel of finance model that cannot work. I opposed it in cabinet. I said, Mr. President, I have listened to lecturers, I have listened to students, I have listened to parents. Nobody wants this system. The English say, if it's working, don't fix it. This HELP has been working for very many years. Let's panobit it a little bit and improve it. Let's not scrap it. And what I'm saying is that... how would you fix it?
I would reinstate HELP and panobit it. It needs a few things here and there to make it more inclusive, so that you can even include people in polytechnics, the tertiary institutions, and you also make sure that students have access to this fund, and then you create a good mechanism on how they'll pay when they get employment or when they get self-employed. But you don't scrap the whole thing. It's throwing away the baby with the bathwater. And these are things that we want to do. We want to bring back free primary education, free secondary education, strengthen the competency-based curriculum by involving all stakeholders. You know, you cannot impose a curriculum without talking to the teachers, without talking to the parents, without talking to the pupils of the students. These are things that we must do. And again, we must invest as a country on our teachers. We must remunerate them well. These teachers who are internship, we must confirm them to P&P so that they can also earn a dignified living. How do you get teachers to teach the young people when themselves they are very uncomfortable, when they have no food in their house, when they have no bus fare, when they have no bus fare to get to school? Again, we must digitize our learning system. Most of these programs we have introduced, nobody prepared the teachers. You know, we did not upgrade them by first making sure that they are all computer literate. So these are things that we want to do. And my brother, to build our country, we must fix our education system. And Mwai Kibaki did it. And everybody was happy. In a record 3 years, that has been destroyed. And that's what we are saying, we must fix it. And the problem that we have today, as we go for Christmas, parents are crying. Where will they get money to pay school fees in January? And then William Ruto is on top of the vehicle telling parents their problem is tribalism. What has tribalism got to do with the capitation? What has it got to do with the payment of JSS teachers? Let us deal with the real thing. The real thing is that the government has destroyed the education system, and it has undermined great work that was done by Mwai Kibaki and Uhuru Kenyatta. SHA is not working.
What is Gachagua's solution to SHA?
SHA is not working because it was a fraud. William Ruto attended a church service where I attended in Embu. It was the inauguration of the Bishop of Embu Diocese. And then he took the microphone to say SHA is working. He could not speak, he was shouted down because it's a lie. SHA is not working and everybody knows it. Even a standard 4 child knows SHA is not working. SHA was a fraud to steal money by Ruto and his cohorts. And already 104 billion shillings have been stolen. The NHIF system was working, and it needed 800 million to be upgraded into something that is functional. The whole scheme of SHA was to steal funds.
Yet, Mr. Gachagua, you allowed it to happen with your deputy president.
I'm saying I oppose these things. And that is why when I was removed from office, one of the accusations against me, one of the grounds of removing from office is that I was not respecting the president and I was having insubordination by opposing government programs. But theft is not a government program. The government that I fought for did not tell the people of Kenya that theft will be one of our programs. So I opposed theft. I did not oppose a government program. I opposed theft by William Ruto and his people. So you remember the other day, 10 billion shillings was stolen and paid to hospitals that are closely associated with CS Aden Duale. You remember on the 1st of December, Aden Duale, with a lot of drama and theatrics, gave a lot of documents to the director of criminal investigation, DCI, 1st of September. Today is, since that time, 3 months, nobody has been taken to court, nobody has been arrested, there has been no information. It was just drama and theatrics. Nobody will be taken to court. The whole SHA nonsense is theft of public resources by Ruto, Duale and company at the expense of the lives of the people of Kenya. That is the folly of it. You know, and they keep on sending ministers to tell Wananchi that SHA is working. People just look at them. You know, people just look at them. If you go to the countryside and ask everybody, this SHA thing is a monster. It's not working. And what I'm saying myself, if given an opportunity by the people of Kenya, there are certain things that I want to do. One, I would like to revert to the NHIF ideology. It was a very good thing. Just reform it well, upgrade it to meet the modern times, you know. Again, Linda Mama, that was here, that was brought by Uhuru Kenyatta. We want our women to give birth with dignity. It was scrapped. I would reinstate Linda Mama. I would also like to work very closely with the private healthcare providers and faith-based organizations, the church, the Catholic Church. They have beautiful hospitals, mission hospitals. The PCA Church, they have beautiful hospitals. We need to support the church. You know, like now, since NHIF was scrapped, there were owed billions of shillings, they have never been paid. Most of those hospitals owned by the church are almost collapsing. This is something that we must work on. Again, we must remunerate properly our healthcare providers. We must make sure that the doctors and the nurses and the clinical officers, they deal with human life. People who deal with human life are not your ordinary work. These are people who are dealing with life. These are people who need to be settled. They need to be well taken care of, and we need to have a discussion with them. We need also to expand the universal health coverage so that we make sure that the level 2 hospitals, that those are the dispensaries, and the level 3, the health centers, are properly equipped. You know, my brother, most of these cases that come to level 4 hospitals for admission and level 5, if there was proper intervention at level 1, 2, and 3, they will never get to the level 4. You know, but these cases get bigger because they don't get the proper attention. I would like to focus more on level 2. Those are the health centers, and level 3. The level 2 is dispensaries, level 3 are the health centers. I would like to focus more. And then again, the level 4, we make sure they are well equipped. And we will go a step further by making sure every level 4 hospital in the country has a ward to deal with rehabilitation of addicts. Because we have a serious challenge of drug addiction and alcoholism in this country. And the treatment of addicts is very expensive by the few health providers who are doing it from a private perspective. We would like every level 4 hospital to have a ward, you know, specifically dedicated to deal with addiction. Again, we would like to digitize, you know, our health systems so that, you know, if you saw one doctor and you go and see another because you are far away, at the touch of a button, they can get your medical history. Whatever is working will improve on it. Yeah? But first we have to stop the theft. We cannot improve on the theft, we can only stop it. Theft of public resources is our main challenge, especially in the health sector, you know? And SHA is a scam, it's a fraud. We must get rid of SHA because from the inception, it was tailor-made and birthed to steal public funds at the expense of the health of our people. We must go back to NHIF and improve it panobit it, and make it compliant to the modern way of doing things. But we cannot continue with this theft. This, we must bring it to an end. Again, we need to implement a mental health policy. You know, we only have one medical facility here in Mathare and a few others. You know, and you know, mental health is a big challenge in this country. But you see the way people are treated at that institution, it's like they are criminals, because it's only one institution to handle so many people. We need people to know that mental challenges is not a crime, and you should not be embarrassed about it, so that even relatives know. And the only way to do is to have a good mental health policy and to make sure that we have enough psychiatrists in every level 4 hospital where people can go on and get counseling before issues get out of hand. So these are some of the things we like to do. And of course, what was signed in America is unacceptable. Why? We cannot sell our medical data to foreigners. We cannot. Even if we are poor, we have our own dignity. The right to privacy is absolute. We cannot give our medical records to the Americans for their own research and analysis using our records. And I think it is very inappropriate for the president to brag that he has signed an agreement with the Americans to get some money, you know, so that we give away our medical records. I don't want to say I have the mountain. The people of the mountain listen to me. And what happened in Bere is not a yardstick. To start with, UDA did not win that seat. I can tell you for free. Yeah, that election was buggered. UDA spent over 800 million bribing people. Ministers were there, PSs, heads of parastatals, goons. Even those people who are saying that they won, that they defeated us. Yes, they defeated us in bribing people, in stealing public funds to bribe people. That they defeated us. And they beat us hands down because, one, we cannot steal public funds. We have no capacity, and we are also not thieves. Number two, they beat us in sending goons to beat their own kinsmen. That one they beat us, as we have no capacity to mobilize goons to beat our people. You know, we can't do that even if it's an election. I regard Gachagua can never, you know, mobilize goons to beat the people of Bere. These are my kinsmen. So what they beat us in is use of public funds to bribe people, voter suppression using goons and violence, where ministers who are beating women. That's that one they beat us, we agree. But on the actual vote, they lost. And I don't want to dwell too much on it. And I also want to tell those people, William Ruto doesn't understand the mountain. If you spend 800 million for 15,000 votes, yeah, a vote is worth almost 60,000. I mean, what are you saying? What are you telling people?
I mean, in that election...
And the opposition did not have money to spend. They have stolen money from nobody. They have no access to public funds. They were just selling policies. They were just selling their candidate. When you spend 800 million in a constituency, that's why I want to tell these UDA fellows, they are celebrating nothing. During the general election, they will be their own. Kila mtu atakuwa kwake, anang'ang'ana kwake. Mtu atakuwa Sugoi, there will be no goons to help you. There will be no police to help you. You will have to go and fight your own battle.
How are you going to the election with an IEBC that you do not trust?
Well, we don't have a choice. What we have to do is just improve our mechanism to gather our votes. And the people will gather the votes. Despite the voter suppression, despite the violence, despite the intimidation, the people of Narok made their point. The people of Kenya will do so. And it's good these by-elections have happened. We have now known the use of goons. The people will be prepared to deal with goons. I can tell you, these goons will not disturb anybody any other time in this country. They will be dealt with. The use of police in civilian clothes, people will deal with it. We are very happy that these by-elections happened. We have known what Ruto intends to do, the use of goons and police for voter suppression, for interfering with the will of the people. It is good it has happened in good time. We're going to educate our people. There will be a lot of civic education in the next 1.5 years. As we start meetings in February, wherever we go, we'll be educating our people. Each candidate will organize men to protect the polling station from goons. But you see now, in Bere there was only one candidate. His capacity to protect the polling station is diminished because he's just one person. But where you have you have more than 40 candidates in a polling station fighting. Each one is fighting to win. Those people, they will mobilize 20, 30, 40 people each. There will be 500 people outside there saying you cannot interfere with this election. Yeah. And you know it's good it has happened. Kenyans are wiser, you know. The Maasais in Narok are saying, had we known that they said goons here, wangekuta sisi tungewangoja. So 2027, the Maasais in Narok will be waiting. They will protect the polling station with their means, and they have the means to protect the polling station from anybody, including the police. So we want to say the police is very embarrassing that the National Police Service have made goons a part of the service. They work together. IG has surrendered the command of the National Police Service to politicians. It's a shame. It's so sad. It's unbelievable at this age that goons can take over the National Police Service. You know, it's unbelievable. Even the other day, the president said that all the goons who attacked us in Kariobangi should be arrested and charged. The following day, the National Police spokesman gave some 80 names. It is 1 week. None has been taken to court. And they will not be taken because they are part of government. These are government goons. They were organized by the PS Internal Security. So nobody will take them to court. So the president is just wasting our time. He's just enjoying the people of Kenya, saying we don't want goons. I've directed IG, he stands there, he salutes. It's 1 week since he gave the instruction. The names were given, who has been taken to court. And nobody will be taken to court because these goons are part of the government arrangement to manage politics. So what will happen is that the people of Kenya will prepare themselves to deal with the goons, to deal with the police. And that is what will happen in 2027.